You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You can't handle the truth!
Well, we're giving you the Michigan Sports Truth, the show that reveals facts, truth, research, and statistics and never messes around. We lay down the entire truth about everything regarding your Detroit and Michigan sports teams, no matter if it's good or bad. No junk, no entertainment, no homerism, no coddling, no pop culture, no opinions, no shilling, and no fluff. Head over to our website at MichiganSportsTruth.com, follow us on Twitter at Michigan_Truth, and like our Facebook page, The Michigan Sports Truth. The hosts of the Michigan Sports Truth podcast do not take any suggestions or criticism from any member of its audience on how it should be run. It is up to the host to decide what they want to cover. They also do not intend to be any amount of popular in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Additionally, the views of the audience, right or wrong, do not reflect the actual truth revealed on this program.
And welcome to the Postgame edition for Saturday, May 19th, 2018. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Louis Tenore, our national sports reporter. Let's get to the recap of tonight's game.
That one is long gone!
The Mariners smoked the Tigers 7-2. James Paxton pitches a complete game, gives up both runs, of course, both earned, while Mike Fiers gives up 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Segura with 3 RBIs. Yikes. Chris Ilitch deserved another loss. Because we need the Tigers to tank again, like I told you last night, to make Chris Ilitch sell the team. 4-10 is Game 4. Mariners have won the last 2 of the 3 game, the last 2 of the first 3 games in this 4-game set. They'll look to make it 3 of 4 as Wade LeBlanc takes on Francisco Liriano. Let's take a look at their ERAs and whips. 4.03 ERA, Wade LeBlanc, 2.51 ERA. Francisco Liriano's whip is 128. Walks and hits per innings pitch ratio. Wade LeBlanc, his whip is 105, which is better than Liriano's. So I'll let the audience figure this one out and make their prediction, just for the hell of it. So that's pretty much it for today, except Justify has won the Preakness Stakes Trophy after winning the Kentucky Derby. He'll have a chance to make history, making another Triple Crown next week at the Belmont Stakes. And Louis Tenore's got that for you right now with his National Sports Report. Louis, take it away.
You got it. Okay, so let's begin on the diamond with today's baseball scores. Most of the games have been complete, except I think for one. I'll get to that in a second. The Yankees beat the Royals tonight 8-3. Cerviano got the win and Duffy got the loss. Only game in progress right now is in the bottom of the 8th, as the Rays are leading the Angels 5-3 with 1 out, nobody on. Yarbrough is pitching and Young is batting. As we just mentioned, the Mariners over the Tigers 7-2. Paxton got the win and Riders got the loss. Paxton doing really well this year. Athletics over the Blue Jays 5-4. Hagen got the win. Clippard got the loss, and Karen got the save. Reds over the Cubs 5-4 in 11 innings. Warrior got the win, and Wilson got the loss. Dodgers and Nationals played 2 today. First, the Dodgers beat the Nationals 4-1 in Game 1. Stripling got the win, Rourke got the loss, and Jansen got the save. I'll get to game 2 in a minute. The Phillies edged the Cardinals 7-6. Hunter got the win. Holland got the loss, and Dominguez got the save. Giants over the Rockies 9-4. Stratton got the win. Gray got the loss. Indians over the Astros 5-4. Kluber got the win. Kershaw got the loss, and Allen got the save. Pirates over the Padres over the Pirates 6-2. Richard got the win, and Cunningham got the loss. Red Sox doubled up on the Orioles 6-3. Porcello got the win. Bundy got the loss, and Kimmerow got the save. Oh well. White Sox over the Rangers 5-1. Colorado got the win. Rondo got the loss, and Jones got the save. Brewers edged the Twins 5-4. Gator got the win, and Reed got the loss. Braves crushed the Marlins 8-1. Newcomb got the win, and Dorena got the loss. Mets edged the Diamondbacks 5-4. Amelia got the win, and Chapin got the loss. 2 in a row over the Diamondbacks. No contest here, as the Cubs beat the Reds in Game 2, 10-0. Quintelia got the win, and Romano got the loss. And in Game 2, the Dodgers beat the Nationals 5-4. Gunderson got the win. Doolittle got the loss, and Jansen got the save. All right, so with that, now let's check on the standings here. Some play 2 today. Well, gotta make up sometime. And the standings go like this. And it's a close one in the American League East, as the Yankees are now at 29-13. And the Red Sox are 31-15, kind of like a virtual tie, but the Yankees lead in percentage points 690 to 674. So just to be clear on that, that's how they got the first place. Rays 8.5 back at 21-22, 9 back are the Blue Jays at 22-24, and the Orioles 14-31, 16.5 back. 16.5 back near the last week of May. Ugh, it's ugly. In the Colony Central, Indians are 22-22, have a 2.5 game lead over the Tigers at 20-25, and Twins are also 2.5 back, but they're 18-23. Royals 14-31, 6.5. It's 8.5 back, and the White Sox are 9 back at 12-30. In the West, Astros are 29-18, have a 2-game lead over the Mariners at 26-19, who just won a few minutes ago. Angels 25-23 back. Athletics 24-22, 4.5 back, and the Rangers 18-29, 11 back. In the National League, Braves are 27-17, have a half game lead with the Phillies at 26-17. Nationals are 3 back at 24-20. Mets are looking sharper now at 3.5 back at 22-19. And bringing up the rear, the Marlins are 17-28 at 10.5 back. Oh well. In the Central, the tight division, of course, for the most part, Brewers are 28-18 and have a game and a half lead over the Pirates at 26-19. The Cardinals and Cubs are 24-19, 2.5 back, and the Reds 16-31, 12.5 back. Although I must say they are improving slightly. In the West, the backs, despite the 2 current losses, are 25-20, have a half game lead with the Rockies at 25-21. The Giants 23-24, 3 back. Dodgers Six back at 19-26. And the Padres 19-28 at 7 back. All right, so we've taken care of that. Now let's take care of the schedule for now later today. And the schedule for your Sunday goes this way. Your early game starting at 1:05. The Orioles take on the Red Sox. 1:07. Athletics take on the Blue Jays. 1:10 games. Cubs versus the Reds. D-backs versus the Mets. 1:35. The Marlins take on the Braves. The Dodgers take on the Nationals, and the Padres take on the Pirates. Yeah. 2:10 games. Rangers take on the White Sox. The Brewers take on the Twins. A pair of 2:15 games. The Yankees take on the Royals, and the Phillies take on the Cardinals. Later games go this way. 4:05, the Rockies take on the Giants. The Rays take on the Angels at 4:07. Rockies and Giants are 4:05. 4:10, your Tigers take on the Mariners. And the 8 o'clock game, the Indians take on the Astros.
On ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
That's correct. All right, so now we'll go from the. We'll go to the ice. Second here. We'll go to the ices now. A few days ago, I thought the Capitals, were going to take this an easy series, and this would have been over by now. Now we have a series, and holy mackerel! Now the Lightning have a 3-2 edge in this series, and also won tonight 3-2. But it was a fierce game towards the end. Washington scored a late goal with about a minute and a half to go, and they were making a charge to move on the Lightning. But unfortunately, it was, shall we say, too little, too late in the game, as the Lightning managed to beat the Capitals 3-2, and now have a 3-2 series lead. Oh boy, that's going to be something. So the next game for them, hold on. First of all, tomorrow the Jets will take on the Golden Knights. If the Golden Knights win, they wrap up the Western Conference in just their first year. Unbelievable. And that game is 3 o'clock tomorrow on NBC. Tampa will play Washington Monday night at 8. That's on NBCSN. I knew this would be a doozy, but this one is unreal. All right, so now we'll go on to the court as the Cavaliers get their revenge sign the Celtics in a massive way, 116-86. But the Celtics, of course, still lead the series 2-1. And in that game, Jason Tatum had 18 points, 1 rebound and 1 assist. LeBron James, 27 points, 12 assists, and 5 rebounds. And tomorrow is Game 3 of the West at 8 o'clock as the Rockets take on the Warriors. Players to watch are James Harden and Kevin Durant. Oh, what a shock. And that game was on TNT. Why can't they put on ABC instead? I mean, it's a conference final. Oh, but they got to put on American Idiot. Please. No justice. All right, so now we'll turn our attention to the soccer field as I bring some MLS action. Yes, I cover that too, folks. And it goes like this. NYFC blanks Colorado Rapids 4-0. Portland over the LA Football Club 2-1. Dallas and Vancouver played to a 2-2 tie. New England and Columbus over New England 1-0. And Philadelphia over Salt Lake 4-1. There is a game right now in progress between San Jose and DC. And I believe they were the first two teams to ever play an MLS game. That very first game back in 1996. And right now, DC leads San Jose 3-1 in the 78th minute of the game. Yeah, if I remember correctly, they were the first two teams to play. If I'm not mistaken. I think I saw that. All right. So now we will go on to today's news, and it reads down like this. As we mentioned, Justify won the Preakness, and that's the second leg of the Triple Crown. Now he has a chance to make history as he goes for the win for the Belmont on June 9th. And it'll be the second time in 3 years that our horse has won the Triple Crown. And if you saw the race, the conditions I thought were absolutely miserable. I mean, it was like mud, rain, fog. I'm like, how do you even race in that? That's beyond me, but it's just completely unreal. Yeah, it didn't seem to bother the horse whatsoever. Oh, wow. All right, and now we'll continue on here. A few notes from the NBA as well, and this one is for all the old-timers. Legendary NBA player Bill Russell was taken to a Seattle hospital on Friday night. There was not much detail as to why, but a spokesman for Mr. Russell said that he was suffering from dehydration. He is, of course, now 84 years old. He's now at age 84, and but of course he goes down as one of the greatest players of all time. He was a 11-time champion and a 5-time MVP. I mean, very few can say about that to what other players have done. Boston University coach David Quinn has informed the school that he is taking on the New York Rangers head coaching job. Reports say that Quinn and the Rangers are working on a 5-year deal worth $2.5 million. However, there are sources saying that the deal is not official yet, and it won't be official until General Manager Jeff Gorton, who is now in Denmark for the World Championships. But it is expected to be finalized once he returns. The Rangers could certainly, but the thing is, though, jumping from the college ranks to your first pro NHL job, that could be quite a task, and I don't see how it's gonna help the Rangers right now. Well, that could be wrong, though. So we'll see. And we say goodbye to another legend who is retiring. Marian Hossa has decided to hang up his skates after a 19-year career. He played with the Red Wings, Thrashers, Pens, and Senators. It was also revealed that last June that Hossa had a progressive skin disorder and was dealing with side effects from a medication he was taking to treat it. The Blackhawks placed Hossa on a long-term injured reserve list back on October 4th, where he had missed the entire season. So I guess in this sense that it does make all the sense for him to retire now. He played 19 seasons and has won a few Stanley Cups, much to my dismay. He told this in a Slovakian publication that was published just yesterday. Great player nonetheless, even though he was on the opposite side of us, but I'll give him credit. Numbers here. Hossa had 525 goals, 690 assists, 1,134 points in 1,399 regular season games, 52 goals and 97 assists, and 149 points in 205 playoff games. Hossa ranks 35 in NHL history in goals 82nd assist and 54th in points, and 61st in games played. The Blackhawks have missed the playoffs for the season for the first time in 10 years. Not much happening for the original 6 this season. A little bit more information, though, right now on Quinn. Quinn replaced Jack Parker at Boston University in 2013 and led the Terriers to the NCAA regional finals in 5 seasons and were runners-up for the national title in 2015. He had a record of 105, 67, and 21 at Boston University. He was previously the head coach of the AHL Lake Erie Monsters for 3 seasons, 2009 to 2012, and served as assistant coach with the Colorado Avalanche for 1 season before joining Boston University. Yeah, still, it's a little different, though, from being assistant coach to going to head coach. Yeah, but I guess Rangers have confidence in him, so good luck. You're going to need it. All right, continuing on. As we, I don't want to get that way here. And the WNBA also had started today. I thought it started last night, but it started today. And the Chicago Sun beat the Indiana Fever 82-64. Yes, I covered that too, folks. Suns general manager Ryan McDougal says he is open to options, including trading their number 1 draft pick in next month's draft for either a lower consideration or even a veteran player. We are certainly open to that. We will consider it. He said, obviously we will have more information as we get closer to the draft than we do today, after we go through the workout process and the medical physicals. So we're open to that. If you look around the NBA, as far as the veteran players, we would consider trading the pick, not for just for player number 1, so this will be a busy month for us. I don't know, you spend a lot of time winning the draft, you got your 1 draft pick, and yet you want to trade him. More nuts. Okay, NFL bust Johnny Manziel, or they call Johnny, what's his name, signed a deal today with the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the CFL. Oh boy. Manziel signed his contract yesterday. The Tiger Cats have exclusive rights to his deal. Manziel announced back in February that he would attempt to make a comeback in football. Also revealed that he suffers from bipolar disorder. He says he had stopped drinking and saying he used alcohol as a way of self-medicating as he was dealing with his depression. Manziel won the Heisman Trophy as a freshman in 2012 for Texas A&M, the first freshman ever to do so. In 2014, the Browns selected him first in the draft, but was out after just 2 miserable seasons. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I've heard the expression drown your sorrows, but in the long run, the alcohol doesn't really drown your sorrow. It just makes you feel worse. All right. Cubs outfielder Jason Hayward said experiencing his first concussion opened his eyes to its dangers. Hayward came off the 7-day disabled list on Friday. Said he discovered how scary head injuries could be. He quoted that you don't feel like yourself, and you don't see anything wrong in a physical sense, but at the same time, there is something wrong. And my head hurts just thinking about it. Ugh. Okay, well, as you all know, what happened yesterday in Santa Fe, Texas, where a 17-year-old shot 20 people, 9 were students, and that were killed, along with one other person, and 10 were injured. Well, more on this now. As Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt said he will pay for the funerals for those killed in the mass shootings on Friday in Santa Fe, Texas. The teams confirmed that, and 10 people were killed and another 10 were injured when the 17-year-old carried a shotgun and revolver and opened fire at about 30 miles outside of Houston. According to the Harris County Sheriff, Ed Gonzalez, 9 of those killed were students. Texas Governor Greg Abbott called it one of the most heinous attacks that we have seen in the history of Texas schools. According to police officials, the 17-year-old was in custody and has been charged with capital murder, and a second person was detained. Just unbearable. Alright. Continuing on down here. Continue on. Alright. Here we go.
This is the postgame
Bad
edition.
news for Mets fans. The team announced that outfielder Juan Largas will require toe surgery and will likely miss the remainder of the season. He hyperextended his big toe on his left foot and tore a ligament on Wednesday as he tried to catch a drive by the Blue Jays' third baseman, Gio Urshela, in the 9th inning. Surgery is scheduled for at some point next week. We just don't know when. Mark Teixeira, a former teammate of Robbie Cano, said he is not surprised by the 80-game suspension of Robinson Cano. He did not go into much detail, he said, though, but he is not surprised, given his probably reputation. This was said on 98.7 ESPN in New York on the Michael Kay Show. The Dallas Cowboys have only made the playoffs twice since Jason Garrett took over midway through the 2010 season. And Hall of Famer wide receiver Terrell Owens is baffled on how he kept his job. Owens said, when you look at it, it does not make sense for Garrett to continue to have his job. Owens told the Fan 105.3 in Dallas on Wednesday, Cowboys are not really expanding or progressing as a team under his coaching tenure. Garrett had a 68-55 record as an interim coach beginning in 2010. He is the second longest tenured coach in franchise history, only behind Tom Landry. He signed a 5-year deal after leading the Cowboys to a 12-4 record back in 2014. Yeah. Owens thinks he knows everything. Alabama quarterback, that I'm just going to call Tag, said he would have transferred out if he did not play in the title game. Not only did Tag say that's why I'm calling take over the struggling Jalen Hurts to start the second half, but his 41 touchdown pass in the second possession of overtime to give the Crimson Tide the national title reflected on his thought process at the time when he was speaking at his former high school back on Friday in Hawaii. So that was some pass though. Wow. I think I just finished getting up there with you that night.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. If you saw the game between the Capitals and Lightning on Thursday, it was a nip-and-tuck battle up until 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Period. With 6 seconds left in the penalty kill. It went from 6 seconds of that, and it turned into hell. As it turned a golden chance for the Capitals into a hellish nightmare that led the Lightning to come away with a victory. It was tied at 2-2 on Thursday, now it's 3-2. Tom Wilson said, I can call it a missed opportunity. If we got it at home, it would be a different series. It would be a different series. Those words according to Wilson. After a game that saw the Capitals tilt the ice with 65 shot attempts compared to Tampa Bay with only 45. But he said, you gotta stay positive. Wilson said it'd be more frustrating if it was the other way around. They just simply outplayed us. They had outplayed us, and we got no looks, etc. We were confident in our game. We knew it was not going to be easy. Continuing on with the article, Coach Barry Trolls believes the Caps will fight on as they battle through it. The group has played like hell all year. Nothing comes easy for this team. Well, everybody knows that. And now Game 6 is on Monday. We'll see what happens. I think they can still pull it off. March Madness can get even more mayhem as the ACC is proposing expanding the field from 16 down to 72 teams, set by ACC Commissioner John Swofford at the conclusion of Thursday's spring meetings. Swofford said the men's basketball coaches endorsed the proposal, citing more postseason opportunities for football teams compared to basketball teams. The idea of having two first fours, if you will, maybe geographically. Swofford told reporters in Florida, according to the Raleigh News Observer, that such a quick turnaround, you could have one in Dayton and one in the western part of the state. But we will be proposing that. I think it's crowded enough already. I mean, I think it should have kept it maybe back at 64, maybe even 48. Potential NBA draft pick Luka Doncic said he's unsure about jumping from the EuroLeague to the NBA next season. He is a point guard for Madrid, and of course one of Europe's top players, a two-time European rising star. A decision is expected to come later this season. Well, better do it before training camp starts, buddy. Okay. States with sports wagering can now host sporting events. The move opens the door for Las Vegas to host a men's basketball tournament as well as other NCAA events. This past week's the Supreme Court overturned a federal ban on sports gambling and left the issue in the hands of the states, which can now manufacture their own legislation. However, the NCAA is seeking and backing the federal regulation of any legalized gambling structure. The NCAA has long maintained a stance against sports gambling and the massive culture around wagering. In December, however, the NCAA president Dave Emmerick said he wanted to create laws to ban sports gambling on college sports if the ban was overturned. It's not going to put money in your pockets, though, everybody. All right. Despite a poor start by the defending NL champion Dodgers, manager Dave Roberts' job appears to be safe. It was a conference. They're off to their worst start now in 89 years. Oh, boy. They were at 16-26 at last check. This was back on Thursday. This was back in Brooklyn. On Monday, team president Andrew Friedman said he was responsible for the Dodgers' early season struggles, and not Roberts. There is no doubt in my mind that Roberts is the right man to lead this team forward, as he told the LA Times. The way our minds work is not to assign to blame anyone at this point. It's just time to get together and solve these problems, as we're now in the 1/4 mark of the regular season. Texas Rangers starter Bartolo Colon was hit by a pitch of 101 miles per hour, a fastball off Gene Segura, as Colon tried to get his glove up and shift his body. There was no way he could avoid being struck. After Colon had picked up the loose ball and threw Segura out at first, he just laughed it off as the staff went to check on him. The important matter is we won the game, and I was able to get the out. Colon said through an interpreter. He got me on the side, and it was not in the middle. I have a big stomach. and was able to handle it. Colon had his best performance of the season on that night, just giving up 4 hits in 7.5 innings. He said everything was working. My curve, my fastball, and my slider, it was all working together. He's getting up there in age, though, baseball-wise. Stephen Curry said the Warriors need to be more aggressive and more disciplined on defense. The Rockets targeted Curry on 23 possessions in Game 2. That was the most he was targeted in this postseason as they beat up the Warriors to even up the series. If anyone was thinking sweep in this series, wrong. Even I knew it wasn't going to happen. So that's, yeah. So anyway, Curry defended 15 ISO players in Game 1 and 13 in Game 2. Both were more than had defended in the past 4 years in the regular season and the playoffs. They made shots, Curry said, and the Rockets, high point total, we just were a step slow in the rotation, as well as our switchers. Guys go with the paint. We know their MO in isolation, trying to dribble drives into the ball, into the paint. We need to respond and be more aggressive and show more discipline on the defense. When asked about how relentlessly the Rockets are zeroing on Curry, Coach Mike D'Antoni said, it's obviously one of our things we like to do. Yeah. Now, why can't you help us when the Knicks were James Harden said he's not concerned about the Warriors in the Western Conference. He said we're only focusing on what we have to do. Harden said that after the Game 2 win. We don't worry about who we play. Like if we are some dogs and do is what we did. It doesn't matter. But we don't see Bills in Game 1. It is not about the chess match or what they're doing. It's about us. Rockets forward P.J. Tucker puts it this way. There is no doubt about it. We are the underdogs. Tucker told ESPN, they are still the champs until somebody beats them. We are the underdogs. People were talking about us getting swept and that we don't have a prayer. We are the underdogs, and we must keep that mental form in the series to have a chance to win. And I still think they're going to do it. It's down now to the awards here. The NBA MVP, they have LeBron James and James Harden battling up for MVP finalist, and Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell up for Rookie of the Year honors. That was announced by the league on May 16th. The results will be announced in LA on June 25th. If you ask me, I don't know if Simmons should be eligible. Well, we've been through that. You know the idea. Because technically, he really isn't a rookie because if he wasn't going to be injured, he would have played in that season anyway. So some might say that he is a rookie, and some might say that he's not. I've always argued about that. All right, so we'll just now check on that late score that we were mentioning. It is a final now. The Rays do beat the Angels now 5-3. So this game is now over. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the MLS game should be over with DC United and San Jose. And just a quick update here to get on that one. And it now is a final. DC has beaten San Jose 3-1. All right, that takes care of my notes, so I'll hand it over to you.
All right. That's going to do it for the post game for Saturday, May 19th, 2018. We may have a post game after the 4-10 game, but we're going to have the weekend review edition too. So we'll talk to you next time tomorrow on the postgame edition. The both of us will be here. So for Louis Tenore, I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Follow the Michigan Sports Truth on Twitter at Michigan_Truth. And like and share its Facebook page, The Michigan Sports Truth. Also listen to us on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts via iTunes. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Good night, folks.
The hosts of the Michigan Sports Truth podcast do not take any suggestions or criticism from any member of its audience on how it should be run. It is up to the host to decide what they want to cover. They also do not intend to be any amount of popular in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Additionally, the views of the audience, right or wrong, do not reflect the actual truth revealed on this program.
Mission complete.